is one of the first tracks I've ever ridden.
We're gonna try this again. Max Vohland, you lived here?
Yeah.
To some degree?
15 minutes from here.
Okay.
So even like last night, I'm sleeping in the same bed I used to, you know,
yes.
as a kid. So
yes.
Yeah, I've been here since the little wheeled 50s. Been even riding out here in the park in the state park. So I mean, countless hours and laps spent out here.
Okay, those trails out there do not look fun at all. Is there a time of year where they're tuned and they look better? When we come here in the summer, it doesn't look very fun.
No, yeah, it's definitely dry out here right now.
Okay.
Winter time is good out here. I mean, it's still a lot of rocks, but I mean, when the dirt's good, it's good.
Yes.
Especially that black track,
okay.
which they put just in front where you can see from here.
Yeah.
So many hours I spent on that track in the weeks. We actually used to come out here when it rained because we don't get much mud riding in Cali.
Yeah.
Whenever it rained, we'd go to that track and we'd ride that track twice a day, 4 times a week when it was raining all week. We'd go out, mechanic would drive it, hitting the bike back, wash it, and then we'd come back out later in the day and ride just to get
no way practice. To get double mud practice.
Double mud practice in one day.
Now, what was it like when you came here? Like, obviously, your dad and your uncle are legends. When you were riding and you were a little kid, did you know any of that? Did people talk about that? Were you just doing your deal, or were you noticing this?
Yeah, really just doing my own thing. Like, when you're a little kid, you don't think about that stuff. You're just riding for fun. And that's really what it was. It's just we ride for fun, do some local races at the time. I didn't go to nationals until I was on 65s. So we stayed off of all going to Loretta's and all the big nationals. Just stayed local when I was on 50s.
Yeah.
Kind of just getting into it. But yeah, I also started out on bicycles. This is first, so I kind of got a late start into moto compared to a lot of people.
Yes, you did BMX, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you were still riding dirt bikes.
Yeah.
But BMX was more of your focus at that time?
Yeah, the story was I got a dirt bike when I was really little. That's why I first started on. I almost crashed, scared my dad, so we got bicycles.
Okay.
So then I was on bicycles for about 3 to 4 years, and then we got back into dirt bikes just at the end of 6 onto 7.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, in motocross terms, you can go 3 whole years and still be 6 years old.
Yeah.
Because you started so early.
Yeah.
Do you think the BMX background helped at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's where I found all my fundamentals. You learn so much as a little kid, and you soak everything up like a sponge, and that's where I learned all my basics from. So I feel like from that point on to growing up, I've been able to pull from that source of technique and style, being able to push through stuff and standing everywhere on a bicycle. You
have to,
yeah. So I feel like that really has made, like, even though it's such a young age, it built my base from a young age to where I was now able to pull out and pull from that technique growing up as an older.
Okay, last thing. Last week was good. Could have been on the podium. You know that.
Yeah.
Does this track help you? Is it similar enough? Like, do you have vibes coming in here?
Yeah, I mean, rookie year, I got my best result here, so I got 4th, almost got podium my rookie year. And I mean, I just know the track so well. Like, everything feels normal. I know everything. I know all the roads. Everything feels comfortable. So, like, no pressure for me. It just feels like a, local race for me.
Okay. It helps.
Yeah,
it does help. Because some tracks, they prep it so different. It still helps.
Yeah,
it's
but
not the same.
I've ridden here for so many years. I've ridden every kind of prep. I've ridden the track, and they've had it forward, backwards, muddy, cutting through it. Like, I've ridden every version of Hangtown you can possibly think of. So I'm pretty comfortable on everything they give.
Yeah, and the muddy track twice a day if that's what it takes.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Max. This time the card actually worked. Welcome to the Weege Show, brought to you by Honda and the CRF250R and 450R, dominating the series right now. Although they're going to be 1 rider short with Chase Sexton out. Let's keep talking to guys. So Derek Kelley first. This is new. We have not had press day formally in years, and you're the first guy to show up. So I give you credit.
No, I'm stoked to win. Come out with the podium on that one.
You did. Last week, were you happy with the result? Because I was expecting huge things.
No, a lot of people don't know I was pretty quiet. I got landed on in the main event in Salt Lake.
Okay.
Yeah, so he actually bruised my kidney pretty bad, and we actually thought it was worth. I ended up spending like 4 days in the hospital, and I had a cystoscopy.
Jeez, in Salt Lake, you were stuck there.
Yeah, I was stuck there.
Wow.
So I missed all the testing. And leading up to the weekend, so I only got like 1 day on the bike, and then we just lined up. So.
And how are you physically?
I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like there was a lot of blood in my urine, so we were kind of concerned.
Yes.
Ended up not being as bad as we thought. So just obviously, like, I had a previous injury. I only have 1 kidney anyway. So.
That was really scary then.
Yeah. So we were definitely a little bit worried, but we took the extra precautions. I saw a specialist down in SoCal, and we got everything cleared up, and I was good to ride, but obviously no prep coming in. The bike setup was not there, so I'm a lot happier with the bike now. We went through like 4 or 5 different forks and all kinds of stuff. Shout out to the team, but it's just stoked to come in and continue to build.
Okay, it's gonna be better. That's a scary deal. All right, thanks. That's Derek Kelley. See who else we can get to here. Jeez, this is packed. Yeah, Weege show real quick. So Chase Sexton, we found out everyone in the industry collectively Thursday night is out. I'll try to get you more info on that. They talked concussion, both with a crash during the week. As the team said, a multi-team test taking place at, ironically, Fox Raceway where the race was. But he also mentioned mono. Now, concussions, it's awesome actually to hear that a rider's not going to try to scratch it out for points with a concussion. It's understandable. If anyone's like, why wouldn't he come here and try to get 2 5ths or 2 10ths for points? With concussions, I think we know you're not supposed to do that. But the mono thing going forward, that's what worries me, because obviously we've lost way too many dudes in the 450 class this year, and I don't think anyone was looking forward to losing in another big hitter. And Jet Lawrence was already so spectacular and great last weekend that you're already combing the field and be like, who's going to keep up with this guy? Obviously Sexton, and obviously this Dylan Ferrandis dude right here. And we just don't have the wealth of talent that we had, example, 1 year ago at this time. So that's the big breaking news. But the CRF250R and CRF450R still making winning look easy, because the Lawrence brothers swept it last week. What's up, Marsh? It's too loud. It's too crazy in here. It's too crazy in here. All right, we got Josh Varize. We saw you go flying in New Jersey. Yeah. You're okay?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Okay. Obviously, but now, no, we're healthy now.
Yes.
Obviously, that was pretty scary. Waking up Sunday morning in the hotel room, like, what's
not even knowing
on?
how you got there? Wow.
Yeah, so,
it happens.
But yeah, I wanted to definitely take my time with that and make sure I did all the correct steps with the protocol and stuff, and saw the neurologist, and I got cleared to get back into the workouts and stuff like that to test the brain. So we did that, and I got cleared to go and decided to come back for round 1, and here we are.
Would you feel ready though at that?
Yeah, I definitely didn't have the time that I wanted on the bike with testing and stuff for outdoors, but I definitely felt good enough. So the class is stacked this year too, the TMD class. So there's a lot of tough guys out there, and it comes down to the start and minimizing mistakes. So but no, I feel good. And each weekend, just gonna keep building and get better.
Okay, same thing with your teammate. It's a work in progress. Very good. I'll grab Coop here in a sec. Thanks, Josh. Coop, one round's in the books. What's that? Oh, dude, you like? I'm so high tech.
Yeah.
Look at these losers with all their cameras and mics. You finally raced a motocross race, first time in a while. Was it like, whoa, that was different than I thought, change everything? Or were you actually like, nah, we're in a good spot. Look at the bike and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think we're all right. You know, I think for me, it's just lack of seat time is the bottom line. So I think the bike's plenty good enough to get the job done. I mean, sure, it could be better here and there, but overall, it's on me at the moment. I just need to get some motos in, and that's what I was able to do this week, and just get my outdoor legs. You know, when I rewatch the race, I am just like, man, I'm sitting down, I'm cutting corners, so you know, just gotta get more outdoors in. And but no, I'm happy and had a good week, and I like Hangtown, so looking to build on last week.
It was really funny last summer how you were actually riding motocross at times. Talk about that rebuild. You said it helped you learn the bike because you're racing a stock bike. I think people would think like you didn't do any motocross, but you did ride motocross tracks. Yeah,
no, I rode a lot last summer. I mean, not anything like 30+2s. I think my longest moto last summer was maybe 25.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I just was having fun riding. But I did ride quite a bit of moto and just switched it up some. But yeah, it was mainly riding just production style stuff because it's kind of just what I had and stuff. So.
But did it help you learn the bike because you were working on it on such a base level?
Yeah, for sure. I think it helped me get a direction, and we were able to apply that even in Supercross. And even so far this summer, you know, I'm kind of riding something that I developed last summer. So yeah, I'm happy with things, and I don't look at last summer as a total waste. I feel like we learned a lot, and it showed in Supercross.
Okay, a lot of dudes are out. I don't know if you're aware of this. We lost another one this week. How do you block that out, or does that run through your mind? Like, you're just trying to do your deal, I'm sure, but it does change things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer for Chase, and it's a bummer for the series, and but I think it just shows why I raced last weekend. You know, you never know. You got to show up, and injuries are part of it. I dealt with them in Supercross, and like I said, you just really never know. And yeah, I mean, it's obviously Jet was incredible last weekend, but It is. It's a whole new ball game now. I think it opened the door for maybe myself and Dylan and AP to be competitive and be contenders all of a sudden. So yeah, I think that's why I said when I was flying here, I found out the news, and you know, it sucks to see a competitor go down, but it definitely changes it to what I'm now. You know, I was 5th last weekend. Maybe I'm 4th or 3rd or 2nd even this weekend. So yeah, I mean, it for me is something that you hate to see guys go down, but it just shows why you need to try to be at every race.
Bozeman and Broswell, I feel like you guys think about stuff. You have a unique take on things.
You know what's so funny?
Yes.
So we think so much alike.
I knew it.
We're very, 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 very similar. He's like a southern version, a little bit more introverted maybe.
Yeah.
And a younger version of myself. And like the similarities are insane. Like his dad's in construction, my dad's in construction. Like he tends to run like a little late all the time. Me too. Like we both have we have similar values, and so you know we value being in person with each other, value going deep, and both like solid Christians and read our Bibles and Bible nerds and stuff. So we got a lot of similarities. It's
I knew
ridiculous.
it. Now, is this new since you've been teammates, or is this actually a couple years you've known each other?
We just learned all this. Very new. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
This wasn't like you were in Florida, nothing like that.
No, but he was coming over to my house, and I was like running a little behind, and I'm like, oh, it's all right, because I know Caden's a lot like me, he'll be running a little behind too. And then
perfect.
he was on the way to my house, and he's running a little behind. He's like, that's all right, I know Mark is a lot like me. We're thinking the same thought.
Works. Absolutely.
It's terrible.
Do you feel the same? Have you noticed this?
Yeah, I've noticed this big time. It's what he just said all true right there. I'm about 5 minutes late. I was mad about it. About 5 minutes late, he was still busy, and I'm like, and we're too similar to not get along.
I love it. I used to feel like you were one of the most polite guys ever, but honestly, the politeness of this dude, he might be the new champion of politeness.
That ain't how it works now.
Oh, he's still number 1?
Yeah, we got it.
I don't know.
See? They're out-nicing each other. I knew this would be the case.
To be fair, honestly, I think I might have been a little nicer when I entered. I think.
Oh, the sport will change you a little bit.
Nah, I mean,
Okay.
I just got some years under me. You know, you're not quite as naive. You see things a little clearer.
It's a stubbornness I think we both have.
To try to remain nice, even when maybe you shouldn't sometimes. Okay, out-nicing each other at TLD truck. You've talked enough about your races last weekend.
Thank you.
But home track for you,
Yeah,
it should be good.
I'm very excited.
How far? 2 hours away?
2 hours, yeah.
2 hours, but you rode here
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And it counts, like it's similar enough on National Day.
Totally.
It is.
Totally. I mean, I'm hitting turns the same way I hit them on a Super Mini.
Okay, you could have made some excuses and
Or
said,
65s, I mean.
I love it. You could have made excuses.
No.
For you, these Kelley tracks, is this a learning experience?
It is a learning experience, but everybody got to race the same track, so.
See? Too nice. Too nice. All right, Broswell Moseman, you guys need to start your own video series. Be fun to watch. You have considered it. If you've considered it, he's considered it. Because you're the same.
I know.
Because you're the same.
Yeah.
I don't go for the formal backgrounds or any of this stuff. Yeah. Last weekend, dude, we got to talk about it. I know it's not what you wanted. Can we fix it?
Yeah, so I came in this weekend knowing very well I was going to have to talk about it. Worst outdoor results in my career.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they're on par with probably the worst. And, you know, obviously you can't go down the opening lap like that. I think the 250 class, they're all, it's really tight racing right now.
Yeah.
The speed's really good. And, you know, I mean, obviously I've won 2 championships, but you can't go down like that. And then I made a big mistake on some bike setup stuff.
Okay, so there are changes for this week.
Yes.
Yeah, like huge, like pretty big.
We had some changes.
Okay, but there's reason to think, okay, we learned some stuff and we can be better.
Absolutely. So we'll see. We're going racing tomorrow and see what happens.
There's only one way to know.
Yes.
Race. Okay, cool. Was Phil okay? He didn't beat up on you or anything?
Surprisingly, Phil called me.
And was friendly?
He called me and we had, it was like he was my counselor.
Okay, good. Okay.
We had a massive come to Jesus meeting.
Well, that's all we need to know. You're going to be fine now. And Phil is your counsel. All right. Thanks, Jerma. Phil Nicoletti, the exact opposite of the Broswell Moseman group, helping out Jeremy. I keep saying I have the longest show ever, but when I keep finding big names, I gotta talk. How much progress finally getting a race under your belt, Dylan, going into this?
I can answer this after the Presley riding.
You'll know. Because it's different.
I know a little bit, but you know, we ride on the home track. You know, it's race track, race conditions are always different. But yeah, we did progress this week. We only rode once Wednesday. Yeah, long day, finished very late. Yeah, we tried some stuff. We tried to the team tried to give me back the feeling I had in 2021. So when I used to be very fast, so that's what we're chasing right now. So
how big a test was it for you physically? I know you just said you were pretty tired when it was over because you're getting your racing legs back on you. How big a factor is that, or is it more of a motorcycle thing right now?
I feel like it was more like the motorcycle make me tired, you know, because I'm trying to go fast, but I don't feel great, so I use my muscle not in a good way. So I think that was more this than other than raw fatigue, you know. So we see. I think this week we find some stuff. I get a better feeling. If I feel better already, it's a big win in fitness, you know. It's not really about working out or do better off the bike. It's really more feeling better on the bike, and when the track is rough, save more energy.
Gotcha. All right, Justin Cooper, I talked to him earlier. Now, if you're Justin Cooper and you come into round one preparation for outdoors, you would think he would not have been happy with that result. He was not on the podium. But talking to both Cooper and his mechanic, that's just not historically a good track for J-Coop. And the big difference, Cooper told me he did not change the motorcycle at all. No testing this week. He was fine with the bike. He felt that the bike was much, much, much better for him than it was at Pala round one last year. Last year, round one, Pala to Hangtown, totally different bike for Justin Cooper. This year, same bike. Very happy, and said the bike didn't beat him up nearly as much. It's just not a good track for him, and everyone's hoping better here. And for what it's worth, also Jensen Hedler, the team manager for the Star Yamaha 250 program, said that's just not a good track for our bikes in general. So I'll go a little deeper on that. Hayden Deegan, I talked to him and his mechanic, and they both said how they are changing basically everything. And Deegan told me that that's actually something he's been working on for the last couple of weeks. The bike wasn't where he wanted it to be going into round one. And I said to Deegan, I'm like, yeah, but you still get on the podium. And he's like, yeah, dude, but it's what Deegan told me. He's like, I was so sketchy out there. And I was like, oh, we just think that you ride with a lot of heart. We're like, this kid really pushes, really tries. No, he said that bike setup, and it should look and feel a lot smoother for Hayden Deegan this time. And considering that he was second overall, that's pretty impressive what this kid has been able to do. And now I'll just stay here so you can see more footage of more riders going by. The one thing the Star team did work on a lot this week, though, collectively, including Justin Cooper, is starts. They finally got those start grades. They showed up and they did an entire day of nothing basically but start testing. Nothing but start testing. As far as Marchbanks is going out here, the team is smart. They did have their amateur guys out riding motos that day. So they told all the guys, we're only doing starts, the pro guys, but when you go out and do your start, do a lap or two of the amateur guys to make sure that the changes we make to the bike for the start doesn't ruin the bike around the rest of the racetrack. And they did talk about how fast some of those Yamaha amateur guys are going. They were telling me that Gavin Towers might be the unofficial champion of the goat farm right now. That's how fast these amateur dudes are going. Not for 30 minutes, but the lap times. It's just incredible how many riders they have riding there. There's Levi Gibson on the 43. He showed up with a fat lip. Levi actually got stung by a bee yesterday, Thursday, and he's allergic. And he's swelling up. He's hoping it's not going to be a problem once he rides. He hopes it doesn't get worse and affect his eyes. But he's got a bottom lip that looks like he got punched in the face. Ian Perez, the young Spaniard, had some great stories about starting grates and how they changed tires and mechanics carry the bike onto the grates in MXGP and the EMX series that he was doing. You see if that eventually catches on here as Ferrandis goes by. So that's the scoop. Want to thank Honda making winning look easy with the Lawrence brothers sweep. I mean, that is the first time that has ever happened that brothers have swept both classes. And let's be honest, they did make it look not just because of the great style. They don't look like they're riding overly hard. They do that. But also the way it was done. Hunter's first photo looked like he'd take what you can get. And then go out in Moto 2 and just walloped everybody. Like, I don't think that is like he was expected to do. I don't think that's that good. Certainly Cooper's gonna try to have something to say about that this weekend. But Jet, what can you say? With Chase Sexton out and so many other riders out, and then Jet's own photo days with how good he is already. Long summer, and it's kind of a weird thing where we got two stories going at once. I think if you're a fan and you see part of our action close racing every week, of course you do. This Tomac, Sexton, all these guys being out, and Jet maybe having a little easier entry for the class. That's not what you want to see. But in the grander scheme, the story of this 19-year-old coming in and doing this film, sweeping the opening moto, well, that was pretty darn exciting and pretty darn awesome. So we'll see how that gets interpreted as the year goes on, or we'll see if guys get closer to him. Because the only guy that was close in round one, here goes A-Ray. The only guy that was close in round one was Sexton, and he's not here. But we talked to Webb, we talked to Ferrandis, you heard it on this show. There's reason to hope that they'll get a little bit better as the year goes on. Ferrandis, big changes today, and Webb just getting his outdoor legs back under him. But overall, trying to remind myself, after round one, don't read anything too much into anything. There goes Perez. When you lose Webb and Tomac in consecutive weeks in Supercross, remind yourself to never count on anything. Oh my God, Deegan is fast. That's how I'm going to leave this show. Deegan's fast. Thanks for watching The Weege Show.